Well, yesterday was fun. Boy, they just love me. So, dealing with males with toxic masculinity, um, apparently they were born to believe that because they have an eggplant, that they're smarter and better than us. That's the training, okay? And I understand that. And so now they're coming to terms that they're not better and smarter than us. And whose fault is that? It's not women's. It's not feminists. It's their lack of awareness that they were trained to believe that because they have an eggplant, they are better and smarter than women. And now it is hitting them over the head left and right. So, of course, because their brains are not aware, somebody like me and all the mutuals come along, and what's the first thing they do? Try to put you in your place with you're ugly, you're fat. What was one of them yesterday? J Dub was saying, "Oh, you could tell you smoke 3 packs a day or something like that," and that I have jiggly fat arms, and then the other one, Chuckles. He was like, the only thing I'm the queen of is the queen of wrinkles. You're like, these men actually think that's going to hurt me. I have heard these unoriginal insults forever. All of us have. And like, we already know what you're going to do before you do, what you're going to say, what you're going to do. You are predictable. So basically, all I'm doing is reading to learn. I am figuring out my triggers and my flaws and faults and my patterns so that I can overcome them. And that's all I'm doing is I'm overcoming the patterns and things that just don't work for me anymore. And then training my not training. Well, yeah, kind of. Sometimes I'm in training. Taking care of my physical body. I like being able to move. I feel good working those three things, my mental, emotional, and physical self. That's all I'm doing. They don't know how to do any of that. They don't even know where to start. So instead of admitting that this 55 hot babe has something to teach them, they want to believe they can put me in my place. Ain't nobody putting in my place. I did that for way too long because I didn't know any better. So I figured my way out, and coming from the massive devastation that happened to me and my family, and I'm like, I'm still here. I'm still here, just like so many of you have survived some really horrific experiences. So they can stay in their little fantasy la la land that's never going to get them anywhere, and they're getting left behind. And whose fault is that? Again, it's not our fault. They're failing an open book test. And they want women to put our time, energy, and love into them. They don't even do it for themselves. If something happens, they're useless. They can become useful, but because of that ego, their ego, it's what's going to F them up. And we all have an ego. It's letting go of it little by little. It's a process to let go of the ego. Now, am I very confident? Absolutely. In my abilities? Yeah. Ego and confidence are two separate things. So my confidence doesn't have me suffering like the ego. Ego is suffering. So there's a lot of suffering men out there because somebody put it in their head that they're the and they're simply not. I mean, think about it. How hard is that to accept? So they can resist all they want. I don't care. I got work to do. Like I got to go do leg day. So, all right. Thank you everybody for believing me and trusting me, believing in me, believing me, believing in me, believing me, trusting in me, trusting me, and understanding that I am just sharing my experiences with men like that. And also the man that's in my life, the men that are in my life. I know the difference now between a healthy, healed man and the ones that aren't. I was always surrounded and chose unhealthy, unhealed men. And then the one time I go in the opposite direction, it changed my life. 15 years with somebody that I've never wanted to divorce, that I never wanted to cause harm to, that I, every day, he promised to make me laugh every day, and he does. Last night, before we went to bed, he always tucks me in. And we just have such a good time together. And not that life is perfect. We just react to it together as a team. I never had a teammate. I always had a man that was in competition with me. And I know that now. I didn't understand it then and how frustrating and overwhelming and sad I was. But I know why now, because of the men like my haters. So, all right, I gotta go.